G'day, welcome to session 32 of my Oxygen Not Included game. Okay, so the first thing that someone did point out that I quite liked, was quite handy, was that that these two glossy Drecos are actually just stuck on that one little part. They actually can't progress any further. So if we just give them two connectors there, then they will be able to work all the way around the room. And I mean, the airflow tiles will mean that air can still flow through. So that problem is solved. Okay, so now with this one, thank you to those who commented that it is in here. What I need is the liquid sensors. So what we would do, I've got to just make sure I understand how this works. So then liquid flow on or off. So I get that the way that this needs to work, I guess, is that the liquid germ sensor needs to be on the pipe and then sense the amount of germs coming in. So say, for example, that sort of idea I had of the amount of germs that are acceptable to move into the next reservoir. It would need to be detecting in the pipe, though, and I did see some people comment to say that germs won't die in the pipe. Which means that I need to create like a cycle through. Pipe germ sensor. Well, let's just build one and have a look. So firstly, let's deconstruct these guys because they don't. I suppose I could use them. It would just be that I use them on a liquid shutoff. Let's just remove them for now. So we'll no, we are deconstructing that already. Deconstruct. I don't know why he's not showing as it deconstructs. There we go. Now, I don't think that I could necessarily use a liquid filter to say to filter out germs or germy water. Surely not. I'm curious though. I mean, I'll build one just to have a look. Because I think that's part of what this is that I need to just get a feel for it. I can't build him there, so let's just build him somewhere where I can just look at him. Or he can just fit in. There we go. I mean, really, I should build him somewhere in here so that he's... don't have to wander all the way here just to build an experiment. Cancel. That's right the first time. There we go. Okay. If we just say plumbing, liquid filter, and just put it there. Now, the other good comment for this was that I should really put a door to this room. Problem is, there's just no room in there to fit a door. If I intend on there being, and it's definitely cleaned itself up pretty well. Someone made the comment that because the oxygen is pure breathable there, the slime lung will die, and it's generally in polluted oxygen that it will have a better chance of thriving, so hopefully be not too bad. Well, I don't know about having one of these guys. Oh, and there are only eggs for it. But making me slime wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I would just need to sort of move them out. But let's grab a poke shell. We can learn about him. But he can potentially eat polluted dirt. Rot pile. Alright, we'll see how he goes just wandering around for now. So, I mean, that's just going to be water. There's not going to be any, like... vision of the water. Okay. Let's try this. So I guess so the red signal, green signal would be if I could have like a two-way sort of water system, that it would be that if there's zero, say at this point, if there's zero germs moving through the pipe, then great, it can move this way, but if there isn't, then wait, cut off and push back this way. But I don't quite know if anything has that sort of capacity. So let's try this. So it would be input, output. Let's deconstruct the automation I have here. Just in case it was one below that too. Let's get rid of that. And let's just cancel that for a second. I'm just going to put it slightly higher. So the liquid shutoff I want there. Let's build. Alright, so liquid shutoff, let's build there. And then we will deconstruct liquid pipe here. And let's build this plumbing up that way. Like that. Let's have a look at that. Hope everything else in the colony is going on swimmingly at the moment, because this involves stuff. Lime lung in there too. I guess, is that just telling me what the germ is, and I've just never noticed that I've been told what the germ is this whole time? going to need to put a little ladder in there to help him up to this section. Okay. He needs power. Needs automation. And let's try the timer sensor. And then we'll run automation between those two. So what we would say then is we sort of assume that, like, say, let's go 10 minutes. 10 minutes to, just put that in 30 seconds. So in theory what should happen is for 30 seconds, fluid should move from there into here. Then we just basically want to repeat this process. Let's just have a look at the liquid pipes. We want to deconstruct 1, 2, 3. And then what we'll do is we will put in some liquid shutoffs, 1, 2, 3, and accompany them with some liquid pipes. You need another shutoff down here too. So let's deconstruct the building. How do I need to get out of this mode in order to see it? Deconstruct buildings, that one. Actually, probably need to deconstruct everything in there, so let's... cancel that for now so that they can actually get up there and build the other ones. And the idea will be, once I've sort of got this setup done, I will pump chlorine into there, but no one should ever have to go in there. So it's sort of like, once I'm happy with the setup, then it just never changes. And at the moment, the way that it's operating is that we've got these pipes just pushing into this. But what we can do is, it means that if I get this room working, I'm happy with it, then we can just disconnect the pipes outside of that room and then move them to pump into this section here, which is the happy and healthy water. Alright, good to see they are still moving with this. Alright, so yeah, these guys moving around a bit more. Yep, good. It's nice and cold in there. As those gas pumps and things don't freeze, I guess. Right, so the next thing that we need to worry about is going to be the electricity. We can just connect them all through the floor. Poor guys just helping out with the cleaning here and they have to wash their hands each time they leave. Plenty of work going on here though. Because the thing is that this isn't going to be the main source of my water supply. This is just going to be an incidental way to gain more water as we sort of go along. Okay, so now what we'll start to do is build our little automations. We will say timer sensor. We can't build them there because we've now got our ladders there, and we might keep our ladders there for now. We'll put them there. And we'll put one there. Because we'll build that for the guy that ends up going here. And then we'll do our automation. Same as the other one. We'll go 30 seconds on and 600 seconds off. Cycles. So because I can play around with the length of these timers, I can get a feel for if I'm not got enough water pumping through here or if I can have more water pumping through. What we'll do is once we've sort of got everyone built, I suppose I should just test this guy to make sure he's actually pumping water in. We say drop that to there, and he goes green. Does this pump water? Building disabled, of course. Okay, so that's why I'm not getting any water through. Yeah, it's probably a bit better of a reason than that it's just flat not working. He's disabled, that's why he's got that, that's okay. We are starting to build our plastic collection a little bit, and quite excitedly you can see we can make a comfy bed. I think there's no one more than Stinky that should be excited about that, because the first comfy bed is going to be Stinky's. Maybe we'll build a little bedroom for Stinky down here. firstly we'll get this sorted out. And I guess then probably the next time we play, we can start to see what we can do with the plastic that we've got. Look at the other things. I can have a hot tub. Wow. Ceramic, plastic, and steel. Okay, so we've got all that now built. So what we'll do is we will... well, let's just click on that guy and then just say copy settings and then capture those four. Now what we're going to have to do is we will deconstruct the ladder. Now, I'm just curious, if I click on a liquid pipe, I can't see how many germs are in there, can I? That's where this could become tricky, I suppose. Okay, so let's go copy, put him there. Suppose I might have to deconstruct the liquid pipe sitting under him. Can't imagine that's going to split of its own accord. So then we also need to say, while people are heading down that way, if you can... Oh, that's going to be a problem. Alright, so we're going to have to go through the bottom, I would say. If you can supply power to him. If you can do automation for the two of them. Now the next question is, where is their chlorine? I know that I've got some chlorine over here. Some in there, and was it? I wonder if there's any small pockets down here. We can definitely just try and pull some small pockets up. Since all we have to do is fill that room and then we're done. Like, that room is just going to be blocked off, so we don't need a constant flow of it. There's enough little guys, groups down here that we can try and claim. Sorry, and one other comment someone made is I said they thought they saw a glossy Draco in the top right. So let's just have a quick double check. See if there were any. There is one up there. Good spotting. Great. Alright, let's go hunt for him too. And he's in chlorine. Alright, so maybe let's try and dig out the top of his little enclosure. So this is a handy room for me anyway, because what this room teaches me is chlorine is heavier than oxygen. So if I want to get into these chlorine rooms, if I dig in from the top, then I'm not going to just have the chlorine go everywhere. So, dig across. And let's dig our way up. Up. Almost there. I mean, this will be a good room to get into because we can claim some algae from it as well. A whole lot in that room too. Probably a better room to go for because it's bigger. We've got chlorine all the way down my ladder. A question I'll chuck out there too. So I know that I think one of the achievements is that you have 8 different dupes, or 8 dupes wearing unique clothing is an achievement. What's the what do I need to do to look into that? How do I customize clothing? It sounds like a fun thing to do. Give everyone a bit of personality in their outfit. Good to see Ellie doing her thing. I didn't call her Evie earlier, did I? Been looking at Pokemon stuff too much. Whole lot of chlorine up there too. Okay, so let's start the ventilation set up here too. So we're going to put... I guess we don't want to go too high or anything. We don't really need to. Lock door there. This vent can go... Just get it in as far as we can without it really being in the way. And then we will put in gas pipes. No liquid output. Right, so now we need to just get the plumbing. Let's go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we will enable this building. Then we will just flip this down to on and off. And then we'll copy the settings to the other 3 of these guys. So we can see that flows into him. This one then sees it and flows into him. And then they slowly flow through, and as he turns off, it stops. Great. So, as they all turn on, it moves through them. So what we're going to do is, if we go for a maximum amount of time flowing, and we can see that we're not really getting that much fluid in there. We'll give this a minute. So, on for 1 minute, off for... off for 10. We'll cycle them in like that. Now, I can possibly increase that if there's more, like it's still not handling too much fluid. Well, I mean, I can change the low threshold so that it never empties itself under a certain amount, although there's no point to that. We should allow it to empty itself if need be. Okay, so that room is built. Next step is we build a manual airlock. So we shouldn't need too much in the way of people passing through it. So we will just have it as a manual one. We don't need to supply power to it. And we will take our gas pipe. We'll run it over here. And we will build a ladder straight down this way. Chlorine, rocks, so let's put it there. So just lost power to this section. This guy's going down. One was there aware. Algae's down to 2,000. Certainly want to get on that too. Got a question mark about what I want to do with this room. I suppose what I'll have to do is pull this guy out, deconstruct him. Also, at the same time, copy him, chuck him there. Just make sure he's going to get power there. What we'll do is we'll bring that sort of power down to him just so that we're pulling a bit off this one that's got a bit more going on it now. And then what we'll do is build 2 spots of a door. And then we want to block other stuff, so we'll just put a mechanized door in there too, just to slow the movement. And then what we will do is we will... Oh good, we have put masks on this section. Start to dig out some more slime. And we will... Oh, just needed slime. Okay, so now what we're going to do down here is we're going to dig out that floor. And then we will put in a gas pump down here. We will get our gas pipe onto here. And actually we need electricity for that as well. Yep. So we can sort of see how much stuff moves through in a minute. I realize that this is basically just sort of rolling through each of them at this point, which means I need to offset them a bit more. So the way it should work would be, they're all storing nothing. It's almost like there's just... the water's just passing straight through. So, let's... and that's happening because I'm copying the settings on these guys. So, basically we want this guy to open. This guy. We want him to open. his full minute. This is how we'll do this. Problem is, it's just going to take, I guess, a few minutes. Luckily, like, this time is traveling faster than normal time because we're sped up. Actually, so maybe what I should do is just speed this up even further to really move through this quick. Okay, so I'm just going to hit pause as soon as he's out his time. Pause, okay. So he's now started in red. So as soon as he hits red, reset this timer. So what it means is that this guy will flow out things here. Then once he turns off, this one will flow things into this reservoir. Then this reservoir will hold for 9 minutes before this guy opens again. So again, we wait till this guy hits his 1 minute. We pause. Then we reset this timer. Then we pause. Then we reset this timer. Now, this actually means that potentially the chlorine is... sorry, the water is going to be in this room for longer if we actually allow the water to flow for longer, because it's not that we've got a total of 10 minutes that we can use. We can actually, every time I add more time to this, it adds more time for the full sort of process. So, for example, if I add another minute, it means the whole cycle takes 12 minutes as opposed to it taking 11 minutes. But so what you can see here is now that this will move into here, and in 9 minutes time, this guy will activate and move into there. And in 9 minutes time, this guy will activate and move into there. And in 9 minutes time, that guy will activate and move into here and be gone. So it means that there's each thing should be in this system for 27, no, more than 27 minutes, 35 minutes, 36 minutes. Now, obviously, you can see that I'm only moving 200 kilos of stuff in as this happens. So I can certainly have them turned on for longer. It's the math of it. There's 5 of them. So if I had them open for 2 minutes, it would mean... How long would they sit in each spot? 8 minutes. So I could move twice as much, but they wouldn't be in there for as long. So we'll see how, once we've got... I wanted to get that door going. We're still waiting for more ore to get in there. I've noticed that this guy's actually already pumping air into there, and I certainly did not intend for that to already be the case, because now it means that I've got chlorine pumping down here. Pain. Like I said, the problem now is that I know I've got liquid in there. Oh, that's cool. There we go. Contents. Water. I mean, already it's fine. There's no germs in that water. Let's just please get that door nice and quick so we don't lose the chlorine. Okay. So, since that's working, let's up the experiment here. Let's try and do this with a more water. So if we say made this 5 minutes, so it was open for 300 and then closed for 10, it would be that this was open for 5 minutes and it would close. Then this would be open for 5 minutes, pushing things in there, and then close, but it would still be 10 minutes until it opened again. So I think that's okay. So let's try this out. We'll speed things up. And so we'll go 300. Reset timer. Now it just means we've got to wait a little bit longer because now we've got to wait for these things to get to 300. It's alright. Hopefully the rest of the Everything else is going okay. I mean, it's just that algae's getting a little bit low. You can see that that manual airlock is now kicking in. So that airlock is now in, which would mean that we can now... Well, really, we want to actually have the pump... I did forget that I probably want a... Plenty of time. I do want a filter on this too, don't I? So let's... deconstruct 1, 2, 3. Gas filter in there. Let's quickly check how this guy's going. Let's hold on him for a second. I don't really want to jump to the settings on those actually, because what I'll do is I'll pause, so it's alright, so we'll... I realize it's going to be a problem that I can't get the oxygen out of this room, right? It's going to be an issue, so I might have to work out something else on how to address that. Whether I put another filter in here somewhere that pumps oxygen and then just keeps the chlorine in there. Or I make a hole in the roof temporarily that allows the polluted oxygen to pump out somehow. Let's say if I got rid of that and that, those three, that it could sort of roll out that way. Possibly do that, I just need to build a wall here. Okay, so let's get this guy some power. Let's get him some conditions. So, we want the... No, I've put it around the wrong way, haven't I? So I go ventilation, gas pipes, deconstruct, 1, cancel that one, and we can cancel that one actually. And what we'll do is we'll say ventilation, yes, vent. Totally forgot about that. Alright, we'll catch them on the next time around, I suppose. Okay, so it will be output 2 is chlorine, and then all. Okay. So it means chlorine pumps up in here. Everything else just pumps out here. No one should need to go into that room anymore, so we can now give the green light to enable that. Away it goes. Now let's just have a quick look at... So the contents of these have just been sitting there for a long time, so they're all just water. So we're almost back to the very start here. he goes on. Just such a long time to have to sit here and wait that it's hard to remember. But while we're waiting for that, let's dig up him. Let's dig a hole to that one. We'll then dig up into that one. And then from there we will dig up into that one. We will also then build a ladder up there. Claim all of that algae. And what we'll do is we'll just wait for this guy to complain about being max pressure in there. At least see some chlorine's coming in and filling up the bottom of this room. I realized as well, possibly that should have meant that I should have raised this one to allow it to sort of give a lip to stop some of this chlorine going in, but alright, so I'm going to leave this zoomed in like this because this will be my last night for this one, just so that I remember that it's the timers that I've got to stay on attention for and set to the right times. In fact, what I might do is I'll set those, I might set those now and just cut this video, and then just when we start back up next time, they'll all be there ready to go. So again, thanks for watching, and till next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.